All right, as promised, the competency crisis, or the crisis of competency, however you want to look at it, that's what today's video is going to be about. Competency crisis, for those of you, if you haven't been paying attention, or maybe you've noticed this, that work is kind of slowing down everywhere. People aren't really checked in as much anymore. They don't particularly care about getting stuff done in a timely fashion or in a quality manner. There's everything from trucks, semi-trucks being piled up all over the freeways, to ATC, air traffic control, arguing with pilots, you know, and general idiocracy sort of unfolding, the movie Idiocracy sort of unfolding kind of right before your very eyes, and everybody's going, wow, what the fuck, what's causing all this? Well, when you lose competency then gives, when you lose that, it tends to give away to the breakdown of the overall division of labor, and that's what you're seeing right now. For those of you who may not know this, I'm going to bring you up to speed briefly. The division of labor, without it, the default setting of humanity sucks, okay? Like really sucks, like super sucks. Like you want a pair of shoes, and there's nobody to make shoes for you, and there's nowhere to buy shoes, so you have to go find a deer, kill it, skin it, and turn its hides into shoes, right? I mean, that's how bad it is, okay, without division of labor. Division of labor is what's given everybody out there, normal people and boomers alike, this very rich bounty to live on, and particularly boomers who've gotten to live a little larger than most of us. So that's division of labor. That is what caused all of that. Well, what causes the breakdown of the division of labor? Breakdown of competency. What causes breakdown of competency? That would be the breakdown of your money. That's what it's always going to come back to. That's what this channel is devoted to, is to telling you the truth about this shit. And it is a law of physics. When your money becomes worth less and less and less, people work less and less and less because they can't do anything with the money that you're paying them with, right? It comes down to currency. So they're like, well, but we need to find more competent people. How can we find more competent people? I have done several videos on this very subject, on how to fix this. It's not that hard to fix. You offer more money, like lots more money, like enough money to get people who are truly competent to say, okay, fine, I'll take it seriously. I will show up and I will do that job for you, right? Whatever it is job that you want done, or whatever it is project you want managed, or whatever plane it is you want flown, I will show up and do those things, you know, because now you're going to hold my attention long enough that I can do something with the money that I want to do. Remember, people don't, I don't know how many times I have to say this, but men don't work for money. They work for that which the money will buy. If it doesn't buy anything, they're just going to stop working. So, and then on top of that, your competent people, and particularly your men, you're going to have to actually stop punishing them when they have families, meaning that you have to get rid of the family court systems. You have to fire all those judges out of a cannon into the ocean, be a good start. You need to do all of that stuff, okay? You need to get rid of all these people. You need to get rid of your HR departments, okay? Send all those chicks home to have kids or something like that. No more of this boss babe nonsense. That shit ain't gonna work anyway, okay? And you also need to, when you hire your managers, I'm talking to, you know, you people that are in business, you know, like the 5 or 6 of you that are still in business. You need to then have your managers they have to be competent enough themselves, because competency recognizes competency, to look past the degrees. I'm going to tear into the degree thing too. You had to know it was coming, right? The degrees are worthless. I don't give a shit what the degree's in. I don't even give a fuck about it. Dude, medicine, are you serious? No. I don't care if it's law, I don't care if it's medicine, I don't give a shit what it is. Stop with the fucking degrees, okay? That used to be a proxy for intelligence. It is not, and has not been for well over 30 years. As evidenced by all the people that have degrees out there. Dude, I've read their emails. You think I haven't seen emails from people who have MBAs, and I'm reading something going, what the fuck? This is like an 8-year-old wrote this. Don't tell me that just because someone has a degree, they're competent. No, what they did was their check cleared. That's what happened. It's sort of like getting you know, like, well, I've got a you know, a Better Business Bureau sticker on my window. It's like, yeah, the check cleared. That's what happened. I mean, come on, man. So yeah, the breakdown in competency that you're seeing now is because of the breakdown of money. As that continues to break down, you will continue to see the breakdown of the division of labor. As that continues, you will see the breakdown of society. No amount of importing people is going to fix this. Well, no, we'll just import cheaper people that'll do all the work. How's that working out for? I mean, let me do the Dr. Phil thing. That dude, Dr. Phil, what's his name? Fuck him. Anyway, these guys, what do you think, man? No, how's this working out for you? You know, how many millions of dollars do you need to lose in insurance claims because somebody destroyed something, you know, your equipment in your company, but you were able to save 10 grand a year? This is the golden boy phenomena. What's the golden boy thing? This started in the 80s and 90s. The 90s in particular is what it ramped up. I've covered this a long time ago. The golden boy thing is when a company says, oh, look, let's hire this young upcoming CEO. And look, he's going to turn our company around. And yeah, he turns it around on paper. All he does is basically fire the most expensive. The first thing they do, they show up, they fire the most expensive people. In other words, the most competent. They fire all of them. And there's enough inertia at the company to keep the company still kind of going, you know, and they're like, yeah, all of our competent people are gone, but we're just doing it the way that they did it. There's no actual thought about like why it was being done that way. They just do it through inertia. And then by that time, he's hoping that he's going to be headhunted away from that company to go somewhere else and take his staff with him. That's what he's hoping, right? So in the meantime, it becomes the next CEO's problem 2 years later. 2 years later, somebody else comes in and goes, dude, what the fuck am I going to do with this? How do I hire all these people back? And they're gone. All your competent people, they're gone. Now, right now, what's even worse, okay? Right now, what's going on in this country, and in other countries, by the way, this isn't just a US phenomenon, but it is happening everywhere. Your competent people are kind of checking out. They're sort of John Galting out of this. That's a reference to Atlas Shrugged, the book by Ayn Rand. She makes her point about halfway through the book, you know, but she's not wrong about this. Okay, that's what happens. Your competent people just say, fuck it, man. I'm just going to go be a stoner, grow my hair long, you know, grow out the facial hair, hang out at a 7-Eleven, work there as a clerk, and just smoke pot all fucking day. Because, like, dude, if I can't make any real money being competent and taking on all that responsibility to do project management and all these other things that you guys want done, even truck driving, right? Something like that, that is a skilled profession, as evidenced by all the goddamn carnage on the roads right now, as of the time of this recording. So, you know, I mean, like every day this week, there's been just fucking massive pileups. And it's because of competency. Old school guys, they drove better. And largely because they owned a lot of their equipment, they were responsible for all of that. Now you've turned them all into company drivers and company drivers. What do they give a fuck? It's not their equipment. What do they give a shit? They'll just go find some other job. Especially when you figure that you're not even really paying them that much money anyway, per hours worked, right? So, at a certain point, think of it this way. There was a dispatcher a long time ago. He says, you know, if they were to raise their wage to this, you know, to $18 an hour, and then because he made like $20 an hour, right? This is years ago, and he says they raise minimum wage to $18 an hour, and the company doesn't raise my wages commensurate with that. He's like, I'm going to quit. I'm going to go work at a 7-Eleven. Why the hell would I take on? Why would I do this stress? Why would I put up with this job? Why would I put up with a stressful job and dealing with people yelling at me, having my phone ring at 6 o'clock in the morning before I even woke up? Why would I put up with any of that shit if I'm going to make the same money that somebody else does? This is we pretend to work, they pretend to pay, a Soviet Union style collapse. This is exactly what happened in the Soviet Union. You don't have to go back, you don't have to dig out Gibbon and read The Decline and Fall of the Roman fucking Empire. You can just look at the Soviet, you can just watch some of the old newscasts of the Soviet Union in the fucking 80s, dude. That's not even that far back. You can just look that stuff up. You don't have to go out and dig out the dictionary and the thesaurus to find out what the hell Gibbon is saying in his 6 or 7 volume set of The Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. You're seeing the division of labor breaking down, and it's because your currency is breaking down. Start offering more money, $500 an hour. Make minimum wage. If you want to have a minimum wage, I'm not a big fan of it, but if you're going to do it, make it something palpable, like $180 an hour, $200 an hour. Let's make it even $200. Do something like that. And then what you'll start seeing is the competent people will start getting into action again when they can actually use the money to buy something. Or it'll be worthless, we can collapse and we can start over, and then we can have the real competent people show up and fix all this shit for you.